Hey St. Jude runners, guess what time it is? It is time for another unboxing. This time I got another pair of Altras here to replace some old gear of mine. And check out the unboxing right after this. Alright, thanks for joining me for another unboxing. If you missed the last video, I unboxed the Altra Escalante, the red and blue 4th of July version. You can check out that review or that unboxing. So I got another pair of shoes in the mail today. Got them on a Black Friday deal from Running Warehouse. Picked them up, Running Warehouse here. And they just came in the mail today. So I wanted to unbox them. But first, I wanted to tell you what I'm getting replaced. These are my Ultra Superiors, I believe. I put probably about 100 miles on these, and they are worn out. If you notice, I've had to shoe glue that front part. That was an epic fail in engineering. I had this problem on another pair, and they sent a replacement pair, and they still wore out. I also blew out the toe on this one, as you can probably see right up in here. They're still covered in mud from the last trail race I did, and the gator back here is barely sticking anymore. So they have done well. I wore these on two 50Ks through the two pairs that I've had. 250Ks, a couple marathons on trails, and some various 10Ks and 10 milers on trails. So they've put in some miles. Bottoms are still really well and good, but blowing out the toe, I can put my finger right through the fabric there, and this rubber part in the front coming loose prompted this purchase. So put that in my box. So if you want to check out the review on those, you can check it out in my playlist. I'll try to put a little eye thing up in the corner for you here. All right, so unboxing. These are the new Superiors, in the Superior 4s in a size 12. I got the other ones in a size 12 as well. So opening these up, excuse me, on the inside they have the return label, so you can return that. They also have the shipping invoice, which these ran a total of $82.50. They were shipped, got them pretty quick. I think it took only 3 days or so. So after pulling out that stuff, it has the standard information about the zero drop, the foot box shape, and how to kind of break your feet into these over time. Opening the inside, you always have a little cigger to put on your camera gear or car, whatever. I usually put them, I have a collection of these that goes on my camera equipment. So pulling out what else is in there, you have the removable stone guards. There's 2 of them. They look like this. They're floppy. These have, which is kind of cool, skeleton print on them. You can see there in the light. But these go on the inside of the shoe, under the insole typically. And these protect your foot from some pretty sharp stones and stuff. Let's see, diamond embossing plates at the strike zones of your foot keeps the stone guards clean to the midsole for a stable ride. And if you don't love it, you can put them in other shoes as well. So you put these beneath the insole of your shoes. They are removable, and these weigh a total of 1 ounce for a men's 10.5. So I usually wear these. These are in my other pair of shoes that I have. They also include the technique and transition guide, and the same stuff that came with my Escalantes. So if you watch that video, you'll see it has all the same materials in it. So now, time to unwrap. These are a stark comparison to these. So we're going to angle this camera down just a little bit. So these are the old ones in the black, and these are the new ones. There's a lot of difference other than the color, obviously. They are very smooth. There's some new decaling overlays on the side here. These are super bright. I don't know how much you can tell on the camera that they're bright, but here are my green Altra Gators that I reviewed before, and there is the shoe. So they are super bright. I have a feeling these are going to get very dirty very quickly. All right, so we'll start on the bottom and work our way to the top. Bottom has the orange foot design. These are the Max Track bottoms, and they're very light in comparison to these. They don't have the back part, so this little fin on the back, the rudder as I call it, was always weird, especially going downhill. I guess it's supposed to help with stability when you're going downhill. That is gone. Nothing there. It's just a regular sole plate there. So there's the bottom. Nice lugging on the bottom. It has the two-tone with the foam on the inside. So this outer part, the Max Track, is all rubber. It's really nice thick rubber. The orange part is rubber as well, and then that gray part that you see in there is all EVA foam. So it's nice. Moving around the outside, here is the side profile. So the overlays that are on the toe are very nice and very smooth. They're the one that is here on the edge of the toe that you can kind of see there is it's like a satiny finish to it, but it's definitely plastic. It does have some, I don't know if those are just design holes there, or if they actually breathe. I would think you'd get a lot of mud in there if those were actually vented through. And then this is kind of a sandpaper feeling texture to the front of this toe down here on this lower part. So there's lots of overlays. This feels like a quilted section. This I'm looking forward to. This little ring makes me so happy. Altra on their past shoes just had the gator trap here on the back that this gator plugs into to keep it in, and then you would have to hook the little hook that's on this to your laces, and as your foot would flex, this little hook would fall out, and then you'd have to reach down and reattach this hook to your shoelace again. Or if you loosened your shoelace for whatever reason, it would fall off. So this part was always flopping around, banging on the front of my toe, while this part was secure in the back. And I tried everything to do it. I overlaid a lace over the top of it, but it wouldn't keep this from popping out. So this is for this part of the gator to connect into, and it's a nice little ring, but it is held in with the same type of stay that holds the shoelaces in, and we'll keep that from popping out, and that's attached to the tongue there. Now if you look, they've got the ankle lock little eyelet. The eyelets are not round on this one. They're more of a rectangular shape. It's a really small slit on them, and also the tongue on this one is attached to the inside, to the inside of the foot part of the shoe, and the outside part is detached. So when you pull those laces, it kind of burritos your foot in, because it pulls this way. It pulls this part of the shoe over into that as you tighten it. So that's going to be kind of interesting. The other thing I'm noticing, looking at the wrapper, where your foot goes in, there's a lot of padding in these older Superiors, and the newer ones are very much like maybe the Escalante. It's very thin padding around the ankle collar. So that's something to pay attention to. The design up here is really nice. I have a feeling that these shoes are not going to stay very bright very long on a trail, but at least I'll be able to see my feet. Moving around to the back, they have the Superior 4 in red, and it is a very grippy section too, so you could probably grab easier with wet hands to pull those shoes back on. It does have the gator trap here that your Velcro part of your gaiters goes into, and then you can close that on, and that holds it like that. And then this part goes where your foot is, obviously, and then the other part hooks on the eyelet I was talking about. So that's still fantastic. It's a good piece of design. Moving around to the inside, it's just more of that overlay. They have that Superior there. The Altra and the Superior are kind of embossed in there. The little mountain design is just overlaid. It's very smooth. It doesn't have a lot of tactile feel like this one does. This one has a lot of overlays, but they are very noticeable. Same thing here, same thing on the back. It's kind of the carbon fiber look to it, but the little ring, I think I will miss this. This little ring on the back, the pull ring, is missing from here. That's gonna suck when you're trying to pull your shoe on. But the overall profile of this shoe is very nice. The side has these nice little wedges that stick out there, and overall I like it. I like the color. I like bright things. A lot of my running clothes are really bright, so that's what the left shoe looks like as well. And the right shoe, nice and super bright. I'm going to look forward to getting some miles in on these. I did sign up for another marathon, a trail marathon coming up this upcoming September. So I'm looking forward to getting back out there on the trails and running some more. So I will have to let you know how these do overall. These are, again, in a size 12. And they look really nice. They've done a good job on the stitching and the eyelet. This is something I just noticed. So there's an eyelet here to ankle lock in. If you flip it around, there's not an eyelet over here. It is just another one of these little loops right here. So that's the same thing on this side. These shoelaces don't go into a fabric eyelet. They just go through the actual shoe eyelet. This side goes through the little loops that are created there. They do have the nice flat shoelaces. They're always too long. That's been my experience. I've had to tie them and then double tie them and then figure out how to keep them in my gaiters so they don't flop around. It has the Drylex inside to it, and it's a nice quilted design. So let me pull that insert out of there so I can pull that insole out. So these are the insoles for them, and then you can take and put the rock plate underneath that, and that keeps your foot from getting pinged when you're running across rocks. So that is my unboxing of the Superior 4s. These are beautiful color. This is known as the neon and blue color, which it is very much neon. I'm going to give these a go and see how they work, see how they feel on a longer trail. So, finishing up, I just want to tell you, as you watch a lot of reviews on my channel, I do a lot of minimalist footwear. The Vibram 5 fingers are usually my choice, but I have had issues running in the 5-finger V-Trail. I've hurt my foot a couple of times with those, just due to the conditions that are around locally on running trails. And so I've had to get something with a little bit more protection for my foot, hence the rock plates on these. So these aren't the minimalist shoes with a lot of flex. They do have some flex to them, and they get a little bit more flexy over time. But it is a zero drop shoe nonetheless, and these are about as minimalist as you can get. In the category, there's Hoka's people use all the time. There's also the Altra version, which is thick. They have the Lone Peaks. They also have the Olympus shoe, which is a really thick trail shoe, and so you can look those up if you're looking for something with a lot of cushioning. those are going to be what you go for. So I went with the Superiors, which go along the lines of the other ones. I have the Escalantes. So I'm going to keep on getting some miles in the Escalantes. They worked really well when we went to Disney World and while I'm around the parks and stuff. So now I'm going to get some miles on the trail in these, the Superior 4s. So join me for a review later on down the road. Check out some of my other videos. Please give me a like, a subscribe. I love subscriptions so that I can keep you in touch with my reviews and my long-term updates and some new products that I get every once in a while. I will answer back to any comments that come along. Please join me again on the StJudeRnr channel. Give me a subscribe and ring that bell, and we will see you later. Thanks.